Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Bourbon Pour. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Brian.
And this episode is for all of the Blantons fans out there. Brian, tell us what's on the bar.
Well, we have the regular single barrel offering of Blantons, and then we also have a Blanton's Gold, which I got that it's been a few months ago. Definitely a good bottle, and there's some good comparisons that we can kind of do with them, and just some good bottles.
Yeah, and not one that you see very often either. So pretty cool. Appreciate you sharing this with me. This, like I said, is Brian's bottle. I did a little bit of research on Blanton's before the show, so this one is released I think every quarter. All their allocations come out. That's at least I guess how they plan it. And this is released once a year, so you were lucky to snatch that up.
Yes, definitely.
And Brian, what's the difference between regular Blanton's and Blanton's Gold?
Blanton's Gold is it's proof of.
Is it 103?
Well, it's 103. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, 103. Yeah. It's 103 proof, and I think regular Blanton's is 93.
So it's just proofed up. So
and it kind of brings out the additional proof brings out all the stuff that if you like Blanton's, everything that you like about Blanton's is amplified and is gold. So,
brought up a little bit.
Yeah, and you can see the color difference.
Yeah,
it's definitely aged a little bit longer, but it's definitely some good stuff. So,
do you remember the first time you ever had Blanton's?
I'm
putting you on the spot.
Yes,
here.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Quickly, you want to share that? Because I think that's cool.
Yeah, so it was kind of a funny story because my wife was trying to get it for my birthday, and she asked me to go to the liquor store to grab her something for that evening. And I went to a liquor store that I don't ever go to. I stopped in at, you guys may not know what it is, but Busy Bee. And I looked up and I asked him if he had and I looked back here and I thought, hey, what is that? and it was like he had it there. I paid a little bit more for it than what I probably should have, but it was my first barrel, so I got our first bottle, so I got home and cracked that. And it's like, it tastes. I know there's people out there that hate on Blanton's and Buffalo Trace products, but to me, I think it's just so good.
I think it's awesome too.
Yeah, it's got a good, what you look for in a bourbon. It's got it in there. Yeah. So
you'll love my first. I think I remember the first time I ever had Blanton's. We were in Nashville, Tennessee, at a bar, and Erica, my wife, and I are sitting at the bar, and we're looking around at all of the bourbons and everything on the shelf, and we've always liked whiskey, but not been like super into it. And she scanned the top of the bar, and she looks at the bartender and says, "What's the one with the horse on top? I want to try the one with the horse on the top." And so he poured us a little shot. He said, "This is Blanton's," and we tasted it. We thought, "Well, that's pretty good." Not knowing that it was going. I don't know at that point. I don't know at that point if it was like crazy wild or if it was readily available. I don't know at that point in time what it was like. But anyway, that was my first experience with Blanton's. And Brian, I think I've talked enough. Let's get to sipping. So this start off in the right glass. Yeah, we're gonna go with regular old Blanton's. Just a really good nose.
Yeah, you get the vanilla, some
little bit of the rye.
Yeah, definitely get the rye.
Spice. I think this comes from the I can't remember what mash bill it is for. There's two bourbon mash bills at Buffalo Trace, and this is the high rye one. Yeah, a little bit of barrel.
Yeah,
sweet oak too. Go for a sip. You can tell why everybody kind of goes crazy for this bottle. The bottle looks cool, of course. A lot of people are looking for it, but then when you open it up and you actually taste it, it's really good. I think at 93 proof, since it is a higher rye spice, that being proofed down, that rye doesn't like punch you in the face like some of the other ryes do. And I think that might be why it's a little bit more palatable to people, why they seek after it. If you're not into that heavy
the rye spice makes you believe that it's proofier than that. If you didn't know what you were drinking, I would guess I was drinking something that was probably 105 to 110 proof.
And then you get that second sip, and it kind of turns a little bit more of a velvety kind of thing. Tonight I'm getting a little bit of dark chocolate on that too, which I usually don't. I think that's the first time I've ever had that with Blanton's. But anyway, So let's delve into the Blanton's Gold here. Yeah, a sip of water is probably a good idea. Cleanse the palate a little bit, and then it's a little.
Not super viscous on the.
No, not falling down. Not doing any
getting any
streaks
legs or anything like
that.
But I think, like I said, the nose honestly is pretty close. It's pretty similar to what.
Yeah, it's not as heavy of a nose as what I was expecting. I thought it would pop out a little bit more.
Yeah, the regular Blanton's probably has a better nose.
Overall nose, but at least tonight, right?
Right.
Oh man, that is good.
And that coats your whole mouth.
Yeah.
And it's a.
Yeah, that.
I get a little bit. I get a little barrel. I get a little. Little oak, little caramel or caramel.
That vanilla note
comes back through too.
Yeah, and I think what's interesting, I was trying to think about that when I took that initial sip, and you were saying that the barrel, you could taste kind of the barrel char with it, and that's actually a note that's pretty big too. Not in a bad way either. You know, it's not like a bitter barrel char kind of thing. It complements it really well. And like you said in the beginning, that if you like this one, everything you like about this one, it's just kind of amplified with a little bit more.
All the taste that gets in your mouth is just it just takes over your whole mouth, and where this is a little bit more isolated when it goes down, this kind of coats the whole mouth.
Yeah.
Just a really good, taste. And, like I said, what most people look for in bourbon, you get the traditional elements from this. I don't get a whole lot of anything nutty or anything like that, but like I said, just get a lot of vanilla and caramel. And
I was about to say that. You ever had those caramel creams? A little piece of caramel with that cream in the middle. It's kind of like that. A lot more caramel on this one than regular old Blanton's, especially on that second sip. After I got past the higher proof coming through, it kind of turns into a bit of a caramel bomb. And then
I do get that.
That's kind of the dominant flavor for me, and that is really darn good.
It is. So when I got my bottle, I overpaid a little, but it was one of those bottles that, just like the first one that I got, I didn't have one, never even seen one, so I paid. I didn't pay a lot over, but I did pay a little over.
Yeah.
Probably about $50 over retail. But I was tickled to death to get it, and I've had it. I think it's closer to about 6 months. So I don't go to it too often because it's one I want to keep around.
Yeah. And Brian, knowing what you know now, do you think? And I can't remember if you said what you paid for this, but you said it was a little bit higher. And obviously, MSRP on this is higher than this. I think it's around $63 on this. I'm not exactly sure on that.
Yeah, I think it's around 120 to 140, somewhere in that range on the MSRP. And I paid 185 plus tax, I believe is what it was. Okay. So there is a big difference, a big jump in that. Am I happy to have this in my collection? Yes, I am. Does this amp up enough to justify an extra $100? It does and it doesn't. It's also, would I rush back out to replenish this one when this runs out? I don't know if I would.
Yeah.
But is it good? Is it better than Blanton's? Yes, it is. It's much better. Right. But $100 better? I don't know. I don't think it is.
You buy two of these. Right. More than two of them, right? So, but that's all right. That's all right. So, sometimes that's what you got to do whenever you got to get some of those more sought after bottles. So. All right. Well, I think that wraps it up, unless you have anything else you want to say about Blanton's. Really appreciate you all watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video. And like we always say, when you're with your family and friends, share your whiskey.